Chapter 345. Give me back my cold-blooded boss. Xie Yishan continued to doze off, and Su Jingting continued to browse through his phone. The two of them sat side by side without communicating. Su Jingting wanted to talk to Xie Yishan, but every time he met her resentful eyes, he would stop. If he were to say it now, he might not be able to say it in the future. Assistant Sun, who was sitting next to Su Jingting, was really anxious. Why did he push all the company's matters on to young Master Ji's head and rush over so desperately just to get a Q number? Give me back my aloof boss who is number one in my career. The atmosphere was a little awkward. Wuxia, who had no place to sit, had no choice but to sit opposite him. After another 10 minutes, Yi Hangshuan came out. Wuxia rushed up and asked, "How was it?" Yi Hangshuan shook her head. "It feels all right. I don't know if it will succeed. He told me to go back and wait for news." "Good." Wuxia smiled. "Look who's here." Yi Hangshuan's heart almost jumped out when she saw Su Jingting sitting down. She did not expect him to come too. She heard that he had confirmed that he would be the male lead of this drama, as long as she could be selected. Even if she was not the first female lead, she would be fine with 2 female leads and 3 female leads. Yi Hangshuan smiled and walked closer. "Film Emperor Su. What a coincidence. Are you here to confirm the role?" Su Jingting was speechless. His wife was right beside him, so it was not easy for him to talk to her. "Film Emperor Su. Why aren't you saying anything?" Su Jingting knew that he couldn't hide anymore. The 2 people he kept by his side didn't know how to come out and block him. He frowned and asked, "Who are you?" Many people who had not been eliminated from the first batch were still waiting for the audition. When they heard this, their eyes widened in unison. What's going on? Isn't she Yi Hangshuan and Film Emperor Su's girlfriend? Film Emperor Su didn't know Yi Hangshuan at all. Could it be that he was rehearsing his lines? But they didn't officially verify that they were a couple, right? I think it was probably a wild guess. The unpleasant words entered Yi Hangshuan and Hu Ji's ears. She had done too many fake acts and had taken them seriously. Yi Hangshuan had only received a lot of resources from Huanya Entertainment for a few days, and she had already forgotten how her resources came from the name of Film Emperor Su. After all, Film Emperor Su was not only the top celebrity in the entertainment industry, but he was also a side branch of the Su family. Just this alone could pull in a lot of resources. Yi Hangshuan tried her best to maintain her smile. Yi Hangshuan were all artists from Huanya. She deliberately spoke very softly so that no one could hear her, so that it would cause a misunderstanding. She had seen it from afar. She was the one smiling at Film Emperor Su, and they were still talking. After all, there were almost no female artists in the entertainment industry who could talk to Film Emperor Su. She, Yi Hangshuan, was going to be an exception. Su Jingting was getting impatient. Assistant Sun received the signal that Su Jingting was unhappy and immediately stood up to stand between the 2 of them. "Miss Yi, I'm very sorry. Our Film Emperor Su is here to queue up for the audition according to the production team's procedures, not to chat. Our best actor Su is very tired after finishing his last job. He needs to rest for a while and can't chat with you. Why don't you sit by the side?" Assistant Sun said to move to the side, but the seat he was referring to was far away. Wuxia wanted to retort, but was stopped by Yi Hangshuan. She started to feel inferior. He allowed his assistant to humiliate her, but she could not fight back. Yi Hangshuan took a deep breath to make herself look normal. She still had a smile on her face as she said, "Then I'll see you at the company, Mr. Su."